Welcome to the Cliftershow. I'm your host, Will Everell, with Ryan Capers.
What's up?
And this week we're going to be talking about how strong is too strong.
Is there such a thing?
I mean, a lot of people think there is. A lot of people come up and they're like, well, I don't want to get too strong. The thing I heard last night from a buddy was, I don't want to get too bulky.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Especially from women, they're like, yeah, I want to compete in CrossFit, but I don't want to look big and bulky and like a bodybuilder.
Yeah,
that's
understandable. I get that. That's not the typical woman body. I like that now it's becoming more of an acceptable thing. But
yes. So I really don't think there is anything. If you look at what I'm into with strength sports and what you're into with CrossFit, CrossFit, powerlifting, and Olympic lifting, there's really no such thing because the whole point is to be the strongest.
Right.
But let's look at how strong is too strong for an everyday person, or strong enough for an everyday person.
Yeah, I mean, as far as everyday life goes, I think there is a limit, in terms of like if you're becoming too tight, or if you're becoming too bulky to where it's you're becoming heavier and it's getting in the life of everyday, getting in the way of everyday tasks. You're starting to have joint pain from being too heavy, things like that. I think that's where it may start to kind of be more of a hindrance than a help. If you're just an everyday person, if you say you just do CrossFit just to be fit, or you join your powerlifting gym just to be fit, and just to feel better and participate in fitness, then there definitely is a point of diminishing return there that I definitely agree with. But I feel like as long as there aren't things that are everyday, like helping somebody move, or especially something having to do with your job or tasks around the house, as long as there aren't things that you feel really weak and inadequate trying to do, then I think you're okay. I think you're strong enough. If there are things that you're trying to do, like you're trying to help a friend move, and you're always the guy that's having to let somebody else pick something up.
Yeah, it's always awkward.
Then you're probably not strong enough. You need a little bit more of that, functional fitness, functional strength.
Yeah, and I would say to everyone out there, there's a difference between being strong and being big. So, for example, Brandon, one of your athletes, is lighter than me by, 20 pounds, 30 pounds?
Yeah.
And he's a lot stronger than me. Yeah. I'll admit that right now.
It's stronger than me in ways. So
So just because you're stronger doesn't mean you're going to be heavier and have all that joint pain and stuff like that. Yep. There is this place where you can be lighter and stronger than you have been before.
Yeah, a lot of people like to argue that that hypertrophy and strength are different. There's research that shows both ways, but really and truly, you can get stronger to quite a large degree without getting bigger.
And in the opposite too, there's a guy up in New York who did a couple of hypertrophy studies. That's all he'll do is hypertrophy stuff. And he had guys do the classic sets of 8 and then sets of 20. Mm-hmm. They both achieved the same hypertrophy, but one had more strength. Yeah. So you can play with it either way. It's not this solid here it is, there it is.
Well, if you look at like a Preplin's chart, 8 reps is still in that, the bottom limit of that hypertrophy range. Yeah. So I would be much more interested to see the reps of 20 guys versus reps of 5, 4, 3, or 2, or 1 guys. Yeah. That's a much bigger difference and much more interesting for me to see.
And if you're probably those guys doing the 5 3s and all that, you could probably be leaner and still be strong.
Yeah. So I agree.